Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke is made possible by our guests and tax-deductible donations from friends and listeners like you. Join us in empowering stroke survivors with stories of wisdom, purpose, connection, and hope at www.beyondstillness.org.
This week on Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke, guest Shirley Howell offers her story about how her three lifelong characteristics of ornery, obstinate, and stubborn have positively influenced her recovery process. She's found the time after stroke as an opportunity to refine and recreate herself. Thank you for joining us for part one, Shirley Howell's story. Hello and welcome to Beyond Stillness. Stroke offers a powerful, life-changing shift in perspective. Each colorful memory creates a parable for life's greater teachings, a compass for journeys ahead, and inspired wisdom for unique growth. This radio show, Beyond Stillness, offers an hour of pause for storytelling and reflection. Ultimately, Beyond Stillness is a welcoming environment that reveres the moment beyond stroke's paralysis. Still moments unite humanity and divinity. I'm your host, Molly Bucola. Today's guest is Shirley Howell, who lives in Cottage Grove, Oregon. She's formerly an occupational therapist and a caregiver and suffered her own stroke in 2017. Her talk is entitled, Who I Really Am, at least at this moment. So before we begin, let's take a moment to call to mind all those who feel overwhelmed or exhausted while going through their own recovery process. We hold them in our hearts today, reminding them that their unique characteristics and personality traits shined beyond stroke. The true self that has been there all along, all throughout their lives, could serve as a guiding light throughout their recovery too. Today's reading is a poem written by Shirley herself. Shirley, I'll hand it over to you.
Finding myself in water. I am becoming the woman I always wanted. Gray at the temples, round at the belly, wrinkles beginning around the eyes, but so much for the outside. In the depths of the pool, I've seen myself reflected. I like what I see. I love what I see. A picture of a complete me. In the depths of the water, a strength I have never known. A warrior am I with a little clown thrown in too. In the depths of the water, I can go deeper within. A me like I like, even lovelier within. At the bottom of the pool, I look up and see a smiling, resilient me. A woman so capable and radiant too. I'm excited to see what more I can be. At the bottom of the pool, as happy can be, someone who looks to the future, a big smile within me. When the session is done, I'm happy can be, because I've seen the real me, and I like what I see.
Thank you, Shirley. That's beautiful. And the talk you prepared today, Shirley, is entitled Who I Really Am, at least at this moment. I'll hand it over to you.
Yep. I'm ornery, obstinate, and stubborn. They are my three best qualities. I'm thankful for the opportunity to approach my stroke and recovery with each, and hope by sharing my story, others will see their recovery as an opportunity to let their unique qualities shine through. I woke up early on a Saturday morning, April 15th, 2017, and was very dizzy, more than I had ever been before. I knew something was wrong. Having worked as a therapist for stroke patients for years, I noticed the signs, but went through the fast chart and passed them all. I did not want to mess with my plans. My obstinate self urged, I have plans. So as my usual MO, I got up, dressed, ate, and left my house for the gym fair in Eugene, 25 miles away. Then drove to a closed campground near Oak Ridge, 50 miles away, and had a ceremonial fire. My biggest problem there was that every time I put a log on the fire, I wanted to fall in. So odd, I thought. Then I drove home. I knew something was wrong, but did nothing about it. Stubborn. It wasn't until Sunday night that I finally listened to the signs. I woke up during the night to use the bathroom, then returned to my room. Just before I reached my bed, I fell. My mind knew how to get up, but my body could not respond. 5 minutes later, my body and my brain finally worked together. I had no doubt now. I knew something was wrong, but I still didn't go to the hospital at that point. Ornery. Instead, I wrote an email to my doctor explaining that I thought I had had a stroke. She scheduled me for later in the week and then ordered testing. I waited 2.5 months for a new patient appointment with a neurologist and for test results. Throughout that time, I was wall walking, using the wall to hold me up. I was determined to find a way to keep on going on. I was my mom's primary caregiver at that point, but I was hiding the truth from her. My fear was that she would find out and feel guilty that she had caused it and try to then start taking care of me. I wanted that time to be about her, not me. At one point, my brother came to visit my mom, so I went camping. It is hard setting up camp when one is dizzy. I had to carry water too. My balance was off. The hardest thing, though, was sleeping. I was on a cot, and every time I tried to turn over, I felt like I was going to fall out of bed. Each day I camped, I drove 100 miles round trip to go to Riverbend Hospital in Springfield to have tests done, and then was able to come back to a beautiful place and relax. At that point in my life, I still worked full-time, took care of 3.5 acres outside of the house, my mom and the house. I was so tired and exhausted. There were days early on I just wanted to quit. I had to go on, and somehow did. I was ornery, obstinate, and stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
No one knew how miserable I was or how tired. The hardest part for me was feeling helpless. I told a few colleagues that I had had a stroke and asked them to check on me if they didn't hear from me in a while. I've always been the strong one. I didn't like showing weakness or asking for help. My stroke affected my right and left coordination. I wall walked for months. If I would fail, I would hit the wall and not the floor. I also typed a lot of work officially, and I would get so upset when I would look back at my page and had 20 errors per line, but I still refused to give up. I felt heavy to carry it all on my own. As an occupational therapist by profession, I decided to take on the role of occupational therapist and patient. I was obstinate, ornery, and stubborn. Stubborn therapist, pushing my patient self and keeping her on track. I would motivate her in body, mind, and spirit. and knew her inner workings and knew what the occupational therapy field had to offer. At home, I rode the riding mower for 3 to 4 hours to maintain the pastures. That's a lot of time for my brain and body to bounce. It just made me more dizzy. This was my patient self being ornery, obstinate, and stubborn to keep on keeping on. I don't remember how long it took for me to stop wall walking and making so many typos, but it got better, and I was glad. Throughout the past 6 years, the side effects from my stroke have gradually lessened. I'm thankful for the ways I've recovered. I never gave up on myself throughout the process. Little by little, the weight lifted. I got a dog a year ago, and she is a walking wonder for me. 4 walks a day helps my body with strength and coordination. It took so long to build up those muscles. They ached for a long time. And now I can keep up with my dog. Thanks, Poochie Poo. I never viewed this as an end to life. I knew it was just a hiccup on the road we call life. I found it as an opportunity to refine myself, recreate myself. It's an opportunity to be better and wiser than pre-stroke me. I have years ahead of me. I get to choose positive or negative outlook. My mind rambles, but I'm more aware now of what's going on, and I don't need to listen to the negativity. It often steers me wrong. I cannot let a bad day control who I am. This mind game takes practice, but as long as I keep bringing my thoughts back to the positive, I can make the day I want, and I desire good days. I found out that when I decide how I want to show up in life, I just need to say it out loud, have faith, and let my true self lead. My mind, body, spirit will then work together to align, and it's just a matter of time before I show up how I want. One of the most profound bits of advice I've ever received is, instead of asking why me, ask why not me. I'm ornery, obstinate, and stubborn, and I'm glad for it. I refuse to look at the past, as that would be depressing. I don't look to the future, as that would be self-limiting myself. But to make the best me I can in the present is my best way. It allows me to choose what I want now and make it the best I can each moment. I choose my day, good, bad, or in between. It's up to me. And why would I give myself a bad day? It took a lot of practice, but now I don't think much about the choice on very many days. I'm a work in progress. It won't be until I'm dead that I will stop working on me. In 1 year, 5 years, or 10, I will continue to evolve and change and grow. I am limitless. And it helps to be ornery, obstinate, and stubborn. And I would not change that ever. They are my 3 best qualities.
Thank you so much, Shirley. Thank you for devoting time and space to listen to part 1, Shirley Howell's story. Stick with us for part 2, Shirley Howell's interview, right here on Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke. Each colorful memory creates a parable for life's greater teachings, a compass for journeys ahead, and inspired wisdom for unique growth. In this episode of Beyond Stillness, guest Shirley Howell offered her story about how her 3 lifelong characteristics of ornery, obstinate, and stubborn have positively influenced her recovery process. She's found the time after stroke as an opportunity to refine and recreate herself. If you enjoyed this moment of pause for storytelling and reflection, please like, share, or subscribe to Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke. Again, thanks for listening. And remember, as part of the stroke community, You are more than supportive. You are inspirational. I'm your host, Molly Bucola.
Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke is made possible by our guests and tax-deductible donations from friends and listeners like you. Join us in empowering stroke survivors with stories of wisdom, purpose, connection, and hope at www.beyondstillness.org. Another way to support is to like, share, or subscribe to our weekly show. Again, thank you for devoting time and space for this week's episode of Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke.